Day 1, the rain starts. Day 3, it hasn't stopped. Day 6, the ground has turned to mud, the firewood is soaked, and the animals have vanished. There's no roof over your head that actually holds, no dry clothes left, no way to leave, and no way to know when the sky will clear. For ancient humans, this wasn't a bad week, it was a countdown. Because endless rain doesn't just make you wet, it takes away food, it takes away warmth, it takes away the fire that keeps predators at a distance. So here's the question that should genuinely disturb you. If the rain simply didn't stop, for days, for a week, for longer, how did anyone survive? The answer isn't comfortable. Let's find out. By day 2 of endless rain, the problems start stacking on top of each other. The ground turns soft, then slippery, then dangerous. Hunting becomes nearly impossible. Tracks disappear in the mud within minutes. Scent trails wash away completely. And even if a hunter spots an animal, throwing a spear accurately through heavy rain is far harder than it looks. Gathering food isn't much easier. Rivers that were once calm and shallow can rise without warning, turning a simple water crossing into something that could kill you in seconds. But the real crisis was fire. Fire wasn't a comfort, it was survival itself. It meant warmth, cooked food, protection from predators circling just beyond the light. And rain was fire's greatest enemy. Wet wood doesn't burn. If a fire went out during days of nonstop rain, there was often no way to relight it, no dry material left anywhere nearby. So ancient humans prepared before the storm ever arrived. They collected extra dry wood and hid it deep inside caves, far from where the rain could ever reach it. Some groups learned never to let the flame fully die, feeding it constantly, because a fire that never went out was far easier to protect than one you had to build from nothing in the middle of a storm. But surviving the rain outside was only half the danger. The other half was surviving the people trapped inside with you. Picture this. You're trapped in a small shelter with 15 or 20 other people. No windows, no door to step outside and breathe. Just days of rain, mud, and silence pressing in from every direction. This kind of forced closeness could turn dangerous fast. Tension built quickly. Small annoyances became real conflict. So groups had to survive each other, not just the storm. One method was storytelling. With no hunting, no gathering, nothing urgent to do, people had hours they normally never had. They shared stories of past hunts, warnings about danger, memories passed down from those before them. Another method was work that didn't need daylight. Repairing broken tools, sharpening blades, weaving baskets and cord. It kept hands busy and minds occupied during days that could otherwise feel endless. And there was something else, something almost nobody expects. Groups spent this time strengthening bonds, calming disputes before they turned violent, caring for children, staying close. In a world with no walls to separate people, getting along wasn't a nice idea. It was survival. But what happened when the rain didn't stop for a week or longer? That's when things stopped being difficult and started becoming deadly. Stored food eventually ran out. Rivers overflowed, sometimes flooding entire camps without warning. Disease spread faster in crowded, damp shelters where nobody could stay dry. And the psychological weight of endless gray skies, trapped together day after day, slowly wore people down. Archaeological evidence suggests some ancient groups had contingency plans for exactly this. Certain camps were deliberately built on higher ground, far from rivers likely to flood. Others stored food using early preservation methods, dried meat, packed plants, anything that could last without fresh hunting. This knowledge wasn't luck. It was passed down, generation after generation, refined by every group that barely survived the last storm. Eventually, the rain would stop, the sun would return, the ground would dry. But every storm survived added to something bigger, knowledge that would decide whether the next generation survived the next one. What looks like simply waiting out the rain was never simple at all. It was ancient humans, quietly building the resilience that would carry our entire species through thousands of years of storms just like this one. If you enjoyed uncovering this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because sometimes the most ordinary weather hides the most dangerous history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.